Has anyone ever promised you blue skies? No, I haven't. What is it anyway, and why is the sky blue in the first place? Blue is good. Let's start with the fact that the sun isn't yellow, but it actually shines white. This white visible light is then made up of 7 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, which we can see in the rain, like a rainbow. With these colored parts of visible light, we can also perceive colors. For when light falls on an apple, for example, its surface absorbs all the colors except red, which in turn is reflected, making us see the apple red. Each of these spectral colors has a different wavelength. The violet part of visible light has the shortest wavelength and the red part the longest. This color spectrum in the form of white light travels from the sun to the earth for more than 8 minutes until it hits the earth's atmosphere. It is 78% created by nitrogen, with 21% by oxygen, and the white 1% being noble gases and other elements. As light penetrates the atmosphere, it begins to scatter about the molecules of the atmosphere. The light with the longest wavelength, red light, which easily passes through the atmosphere to the ground, scatters the least. In contrast, blue light with a shorter wavelength interacts more with the molecules in the atmosphere and scatters significantly more. And that's exactly why the sky is blue. Moreover, because the sky removes a small part of the blue component from the sun's light, our eye does not perceive the sun as white, but as yellow. But how is it possible that the sky is not purple when the violet part of the spectrum has the shortest wavelength and so should be the most diffuse in the atmosphere? It's 2 things. Firstly, of all the parts of the spectrum, blue is the one that the sun emits most strongly, and secondly, our eyes. Most sensitive to red, green, and blue. So instead of light purple, we always see the classic sky butterfly. Another question you may have thought of is, how come the clouds are white? This is because the water particles in the cloud are significantly larger than the air molecules and so scatter the different parts of the spectrum more or less evenly. Almost all the light that enters the cloud is therefore scattered, and because no component is missing, the clouds are white. Pink clouds are darker simply because they are denser and taller and so let in significantly less sunlight. And one last mystery. How come the sky and sun are orange to red at sunset and sunrise? If the sun is above the horizon, the light from it must pass through a significantly larger layer of the atmosphere than it does at, say, noon. The most blue light, the red and orange light, becomes brighter and puts on that popular spectacular show in the sky. The sun rises red, the night was fierce. So we hope it's clear to you by now that when someone promises you blue from the sky, they're basically promising you scattered rays of the most common light that the sun spits out. And to avoid falling for cheap talk next time, subscribe to Czech television, watch VOD The Fact, and see you next time.